wanted to hear this so bad. I know we got some of it on the album, but this beat is so fucking fire, bro. And it's sad too because I am a part of the problem. I
When I'm creating the track, I just want to get into a trance.
Staring at the computer for hours.
That ain't it. So Earl was trapped on the road during this whole documentary. He dropped Doors in August 2013. They put him on a grueling ass Wearld Tour right when he got back. That's so crazy. He's physically and mentally breaking down on camera. Surrounded by cameras, screaming skater kids and industry pressure. He got so sick and depressed during this exact documentary that he ended up canceling the entire tour and went home because he couldn't take it no more. Whenever Earl was off that tour, he was running straight to Mac Miller's house to hide. Mac had a mansion, obviously. They called it a windowless pool house. Oh, yeah. He converted that into a studio, called it the Sanctuary. I need footage, please. Hmm. I had no idea that he canceled the tour and he was just he quit right there. And of course, it's always a weird like fucking company around doing a documentary when a nigga's about to fucking die. When a nigga's going downhill on a downward spiral, for some reason, there's a camera always there to catch it. Mm.
Nigga.
Oh, you see the nigga? All legends after this chat. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Mac knew they was living foul. Talking about if we end up becoming legends after all of this. It's a lot of drugs. I'm the only suicidal motherfucker with a smile on. Let's hold hands, sing the Bible. That's a violent song. The high is strong. Eyes closed. Right along. Everybody dial your fucking number. It's a diathon. Kill me. Oh, I'm the bomb. No, literally back away. I'm the bomb. Let me get my line on. He drew all of this? Yo. Mac is super talented, bro. This nigga drew all the artwork for this album. That's insane, bro. It does look like some drug-induced shit, but come on. That's beautiful. Wow. So it wasn't just a music studio. He was in there. No flakes keep falling on my expired debit cards. I don't know why I'm still awake. I got to be up at 10 tomorrow. Pistols in my repertoire. I say it really pretty regular. That's yesterday. You know what I'm saying? boy was on the bus with the bars.
The togas, baby, quad 5, homie.
The togas. Togas.
King of flow.
Come on, homie. Hold on. Y'all hear Mac saying, homie?
Stop. Let's get a background for us. Yeah, Rick, hey, man.
Just gonna slow. You ready?
Yeah, in the background,
Yeah, you ready for this?
I can see. Yeah.
Toga.
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 On the bus sitting here in a toga. I ain't God, but you can call me Hova. In the Range Rover. Never sober. Only been 'cause you know I'm a flower. Professional freestyle, make you smile. I don't even know 'cause my flow is worthwhile. I got style, I hypnotize minds. I pull out the 9 and I place it in your spine. Every time it's a dime, every time that I rhyme. I spit a few lines and I act like it's a crime. Put me away, take me to jail. Never fail to tell the tale if you want to hear me go.
Alright, you spitting on me, but this is fire. You know what I'm saying? He's a prodigy. We get it. Man, how many, man, they been real. This Faces documentary is pretty PC, huh? Are they scared to confront the drug use and the enablers? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they scared to, like, they was seeing him. They saw him. This nigga said he was ordering drugs in exorbitant amounts. I'm sure he wasn't not the only one partaking. Shit, huh? Hey, this is how, yeah. Yeah, they want to paint it as a lone tragedy. But the reality is it was that entourage. He was paying the rent for the mansion, buying the food, funding the studio time, buying the drugs. Nobody in that house was going to tell him no. Yeah, the documentary not going to show that. They had to get clear by his estate before they even, and their management, and the label, or the label. Well, he didn't have a label. So they wanted to protect his legacy, I guess. He was fighting inner demons and got a bad laced pill, which is true. Fentanyl, you know. They'd have got defamation lawsuits if they tried to expose this. Extremely easy for a documentary to point the finger at a drug dealer. Cameron Petit, the guy who sold Mac the laced oxycodone, because he actually got arrested and charged. It's clean narrative for the general public. The evil dealer and the good artist, but it completely lets the room for enablers, the management who kept him working, and the industry that profited off his depressed drug addict aesthetic completely off the hook. They sanitized the shit out of it for me, bro. And I felt like the only person that was like, we need to save Mac Miller. He's gonna die. Nobody said nothing. Nobody cared. Nobody gave a fuck. This is his last Instagram live before he passed. Let's find drum sound. Yo, I hate watching shit like this because I still be wanting the best for the person, and they already gone. It's so fucked up. I be wanting so much good for the person that I'm watching, like Tupac. When I watch Tupac, and it's like, I want the best for this motherfucker, but you rooting for somebody that's dead already. They already fucking chances been taken. When these celebrities go live, especially like Mac, they usually aren't supposed to. They usually have to talk to their team first. When this nigga goes live, people immediately start calling his phone because they know it interrupts the live. So they just calling him to be like, "What are you doing, buddy? Hope you don't release any songs we have already booked up and planned out and all of this. I hope you don't tell the fans about this thing we have going on. And please, buddy, don't do anything crazy. You know? Like, you see me on live doing something. Why are you calling me? Why would you call the phone that I'm using to go live with?" They know what they doing. Unless this nigga just has horrible service. Y'all think he's sober? Of course I'm doing another sleep stream. Of course. Shit hard, yo.
Cool. That's cool. I don't know how comfortable I am making a beat on live. I actually think I'm very uncomfortable.
I know he is.
It's a band-aid. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I'll ever do this again. I think it's probably one and done.
What's crazy is his last one.
Yeah, everyone go watch the. I have a cut on my. Don't pick your hangnails, kids. Don't fucking do it. There we go. There we are. Alright, that's not gonna help at all, but we'll run it. Alright. Did that copyright? No, it didn't. Alright. Okay. I have that copied right.
Come on, Mac. What we got? Alright, y'all. I just didn't want to go straight to this shit. It's really clear what I was trying to do. You know, I wanted to document how we got here, but I didn't want to go straight to this. But I think we did enough history, right?
On Larry King Now, rapper Mac Miller.
So you signed with Warner, right?
Yeah. They're a very independent thinking company.
They're not suits like.
Everyone at the office wears t-shirts. I haven't seen many suits.
Explain the title Good AM.
A lot of the music I had done recently, if it then has more commercial appeal, you know, maybe, you know, it's interesting. I'm just gonna keep on making the music I like to make. If it then has more commercial appeal, you know, maybe.
I like how Larry King got straight to the shit, because that's what I was asking. I was like, is Mac Miller a slave? Hell no. He did a good job. Nigga made $10 million and still owned all the shit, you know? That's good business. He created another imprint under him, and that's what him and Warner Brothers own together.
Maybe it will work that way, but music in general right now is kind of shying away from the emphasis on a single, and people are putting out just kind of art as a whole, like pieces, and it's working, which is great. So you don't have to focus on trying to get on the radio or.
Don't?
Yeah.
How do you get heard then?
Well, there's like the internet. And the radio is.
You had to explain the internet to Larry King? Wait, Larry King didn't get that? He didn't understand?
As a whole, like pieces, and it's working, which is great. So you don't have to focus on trying to get on the radio or.
Don't?
Larry's like, huh? I sit in front of the radio every day to listen to the game. This nigga listen to sports still on the radio. That's how he listen to his baseball. How else is he gonna hear his tunes? Larry still got a jukebox, or has had.
Yeah.
How do you get heard then?
Well, there's like the internet, and the radio is still a very real thing.
It's still like the internet, you know. That's how we get heard these days. If you didn't know, Larry, that's kind of crazy.
And it's big, but But now, you know, what I've done and so many people, you build a strong fan base who kind of follow you everywhere. Right, you probably fix it.
Next, Mac Miller explain something to me. In the world, when someone says a rapper is coming through the door,
Yeah.
you did not expect to see a white Jewish kid.
You don't?
Know any rapper named Abraham Cohen?
That's
No? Okay. You would admit. Do you know any other white Jewish rappers?
I'm sure there are some. There's a few. There's
You're
Montes
the most
Yahoo.
famous white Jewish rapper.
Yeah, I guess I could get.
How did you get into this? How did you get into this culture? It's not the culture of young white Jewish males from Pittsburgh.
I'm telling you, Larry King get to the shits. He might be a little out of touch. He forgot the internet exists. And he still think niggas need the radio, cause he listened to the radio probably. But this is interesting. He's asking some pretty good questions. He's like, how did you get into this culture? That's a funny question coming from another white dude. Look at his face. Look at Larry's face right now. Oh my God. Why he look like this lady? Look at Larry's face, yeah. Why Larry look like this?
Chalubi, baby. Good morning, Roz, my succulent little garden snail. And who would we be scaring today?
What's that?
That's Larry King, right? That's Larry right here. That's him. You know what's crazy? Is when the B movie came out and they made the B version of Larry King, it looked exactly like this nigga, bro.
It's not the culture of young white Jewish males from Pittsburgh.
You know, I think a lot of people appreciate it. It's just getting into it. It's just something I love to do. And I remember being younger. I grew up in Pittsburgh where I didn't grow up like really far away in the suburbs or anything. I grew up in the city. And so there were always freestyle competitions and things like that, and it's just something I love to do. And I didn't see it as weird, you know.
What did your parents think?
You know, they were very supportive of me being creative. I always did music from the time I was like 6, and my mom was a photographer and my dad's an architect. So as long as I finished school, which I almost didn't, but you know, they were really supportive.
Brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have a brother. He was very supportive.
What does he do?
My brother does all my with anything he said.
I'll talk about that in a little while.
Want to run for president, and yeah, I decided I didn't agree with anything he said.
I'll talk about that in a little while.
And he didn't.
What did you say?
Excuse my French, but I just said he was kind of a kid. My first platinum song, and I did an interview where it's gonna light the fire back up. Where someone asked me, you know, if I really support Donald Trump. And excuse my French, but I just said he was kind of a kid.
Yeah, he was a part of the rappers who loved Donald Trump. All rappers loved Donald Trump before he ran for president. There was something about him running for president that everybody just instantly decided they don't like Donald Trump. I don't think he should have been president, of course, obviously. But it is what it is. You made the song like you wanted to be like the dude. He was your idol. He did start doing certain shit that I guess you could be like, oh, but I knew Donald Trump wasn't shit, bro. This nigga was in the Little Rascals. He was in a child's movie, a kid's movie, and the kids movie they had a little a soap matchbox race, like a car, like where kids make cars and race the cars. And Donald Trump had his son in the race, and he paid off everything and rigged the race, destroyed the other kids' cars, and he sat in the stands and ate popcorn the whole time. That was Donald Trump. He was an actor, so it's like I just knew from the beginning what was gonna come of this. It's just funny, like nobody knows that he ain't shit until he decides he's gonna be president, and now everybody doesn't like him. Y'all all loved him.
And he
What
didn't.
did you say?
What did I say? I just, because they're like, I think this is when he was starting to want to run for president. And, yeah, I decided I didn't agree with it, with anything he said.
I'll talk about that in a little while. But I want to know about how I want to talk about how did you adjust to fame? Was it tough?
Yeah. I think you go on a, I can't believe I'm getting interviewed by you right now.
I'm about to say W. Larry King for the questions, bro. Has to be surreal. Because not only is it Larry King, this nigga's asking you some real shit. He's asking you that shit that's going, you might have to think about this. You can't just PC your way answer, programmable, you can't just say the easiest thing that pop up right now. You got he's asking you some shit, and it's Larry King, so you want to be genuine. You don't want to just say some bullshit,
By the way, this is so awesome.
Anyway. Stop it.
He's like, oh, stop it. Just get to it.
You're sitting here delusional.
I mean, it's kind of, whoa. But I think,
Starstruck.
You go through a period. At first, it's really exciting. And somebody.
That's what he said. You go through periods. And I can't tell if it's the drugs that has his voice changing like this or if it's his teeth.
At first, it's really exciting, and somebody says, "Oh, aren't you Mac Miller?" And you're like, "Yeah, I am. Come, what do you want, a picture? What do you want?" And then I went through a period, where I kind of rejected it, where I stayed inside. That was the dark days, I call them, But then,
Get used to it, right?
Right, you just own it.
It goes with the territory.
Right.
Tell me quickly before the break, what about these aliases? One of your aliases is Larry Fisherman.
Yeah.
Another one is Delusional Thomas.
Yeah.
Why do you need aliases if you're Mac Miller?
Well, I think...
He on him, huh? He on him, chat. He on him. Mac was trying to keep it separated, huh? Not only was he trying to keep it separated, it is artistic expression, but also I think he can go deeper into the darkness if he separated it. Like if it's not me and it's a character, then let's explore the dark as it goes without getting lost into it. I think that was his intention. I don't know, but that's just how I think of it and think of it. And also, musically, like those fans that love Blue Slide Park and Donald Trump and all that shit, y'all didn't like Delusional Thomas. Y'all didn't like that. Y'all ain't like when he said he's spreading diseases with an AIDS-infested penis, putting seeds inside of bitches, giving birth to retarded fetuses. Y'all not listening to Mac Miller when he say that.
This is Larry Fisherman.
Yeah.
Another one is Delusional Thomas.
Yeah.
Why do you need aliases if you're Mac Miller?
Well, I think for me, I like to kind of create characters and flesh them out all the way. Because everything that's done as Mac Miller is factual and based off factual information. Excuse me.
So you create other people for a fantasy world.
Yeah, with Delusional Thomas, he's a character I created who's kind of like a psychopathic murderer.
Oh, and who's Larry Fisher?
He said, oh. Oh. Yeah, Larry King is fucking hilarious. He said, oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. Okay, I'm supposed to just, okay. I like how you just said that casually. Yeah, he's like a psychotic, like a murderer.
Mac Miller.
Well, I think for me, I like to kind of create characters and flesh them out all the way. Because everything that's done as Mac Miller is factual and based off factual information. Excuse me.
So you create other people for a fantasy world.
Yeah, with Delusional Thomas, he's a character I created who's kind of like a psychopathic murderer.
Oh, and who's Larry Fisherman?
Larry Fisherman represents the just studio rat in me, who's like the person who just never sees the light of day and just sits there and works. I imagine him with a gigantic beard. He smells pretty bad.
I'll take a name too. I'll become. Yeah, we'll be right back with.
That's crazy, huh?
One other thing on the Trump thing.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the idea to just do a rap song about Donald Trump? I mean, where'd that come from?
Well, it's...
All rappers have looked up and always wanted to be Donald Trump. We thought it was so cool to have hoes, have money, have power, and fire motherfuckers. That's what it was. You couldn't wait to get your chance to be Donald Trump. I'm not saying Mac Miller is racist. I know he doesn't agree with that, but that's the point. It's like you didn't care at first. You had no idea who you was idolizing. And then when he runs for president, now all of a sudden, fuck Donald Trump. Where did that come from? Everybody loved Donald Trump. Everybody that said fuck him, they was right there with him. That's why he felt like he could run. He was loved by everybody, blacks and whites.
There was a phase that kind of happened where I liked making songs named after people. Like I did one called Bruce Wayne. And the ideas of the songs, like there's a song about Donald Trump, but the aura
it's not about
of the song is kind of...
I get it. Was he mad at you for a time too?
Well, at first he was really like, yeah, there's something with me, but then he was like threatening to sue me. He went on a Twitter rant. It was like...
And he does that.
Yeah, and it was all about me. He kept calling me Little Mac Miller.
Little Mac. I'm not really fond of Little Mac Miller. There's this new guy named, what's its name, Mac? It's very despicable. What's its name? Mac Miller. Little Mac.
Awesome. And then, like, I realized that, like, who does Donald Trump beef with? And yes.
Most embarrassing moment on stage?
Well, let's see. I've puked inside my mouth and swallowed it. That was
what?
Like I threw up.
I thought he said he had pubes inside his mouth and swallowed it.
Yes.
Most embarrassing moment on stage?
Well, let's see. I've puked inside my mouth and swallowed.
Yeah, you see how you said I had pubes inside my mouth.
Well, let's see. I've puked inside my mouth and swallowed it.
Nah,
that was what? Like I threw up.
Larry said, huh? What?
Puked inside my mouth and swallowed it. That was
what? Larry's face is hilarious.
Like I threw.
Yo, Larry King, man, this nigga is he's a funny guy, man.
On stage?
Well, just in my mouth and then swallowed it.
Did the audience know?
Oh, my pants fell down one time.
You forgot about that? Where do you see yourself in 10 years, Mac?
Hopefully, you know, doing a lot of different things in entertainment. Maybe have a kid.
You're going to be bigger than you are now. Much bigger.
That's what I hope.
I predict it for you.
Thanks, man.
In our final moments, Mac will take...
Damn, Chad, that's kind of sad, right? That's an 8-year-old interview.
Cameron Pettit in an attempt to purchase various substances. Mac Miller. Yo, Cameron Pettit. Yo, what's up? Did you hear back about Adderall? No, couldn't find any. All good. You don't have any lean, do you? Perks?
Stop. Tired of this fucking dog, man.
Got some 2 milligram Dilaudid, but that's about it. I could get some yellows and blues though. Blues
My
is in
damn mouse,
perks.
Chet.
Yeah, 30 milligrams. Those are my favorite, man. When can you get them? Probably in an hour or two. They're $30 each. Any chance I can get 10 of those? 10 bars and a ball? Yeah, for sure. I'll get back to you when I'm about to pick them up. For sure. Could you actually drop them off at the studio? Yeah, where at? I'm at Conway. Let me send you the address. 655 North Street, Andrews Place. Okay. Is that far from you? Not too far, I can make it. Okay, word. Let me know when you're on the way. Okay, I will. What time you thinking? Probably 1 a.m. That's for the blues too? Could you come through with the other stuff earlier? Yeah, that's for all of it. I'm gonna pick them up right now. Actually, I can wait, LOL. Beautiful. Okay, sweet. These text messages show Cameron Pettit agreeing to provide Mac Miller with 10 oxycodone pills, 10 Xanax pills, and some cocaine. South or north will my total be? Send me a picture of the oxy too. How long would all this take to arrive? 30 minutes. I'm at 655 St. Andrews. With the girl, LOL? What's the total of everything else? $1,025. Send through. South or north, St. Andrews? North. Carla is 31 minutes away. These text messages between the two show Mia Johansson agreeing to provide Mac Miller with 5 oxycodone pills, 5 Xanax bars, 10 Adderall pills, 5 hydrocodone pills, and 2 grams of cocaine. The total of all this would come out to $1,025 and was going to be delivered to Mac Miller by a...
That is an insane amount of drugs to buy at one time, bro. Like, even, like I said, I fucked with Mac doing drugs, like the music and shit was cool. But, like, that is crazy. That's too much. There's no way I'm going to be around him doing that or buying that much drugs at one time and not say nothing. I don't give a fuck if he fired me. But I would be telling people, like, this nigga is losing it. Everybody act like they care about Mac Miller so much and they love this guy, but ain't nobody stop him from buying thousands and thousands of dollars worth of drugs. He's not new to this. That text message wasn't showing no new conversation that he ain't never had before in his life. He probably bought way more drugs than that before. That nigga was settling. He wanted more. Craziness, bro.
woman named Carla Amador, a prostitute.
All his friends, Schoolboy Q, Earl Sweatshirt, Vince Staples, all them niggas knew what he was doing, and ain't nobody stop him or help him at all. Them niggas encouraged it. They said it was the spot to be.
Amador would also allegedly arrive at Conway Recording Studio. Okay, cool. We'll just handle the money tomorrow. Mac Miller and Carla Amador would then proceed to spend the rest of the night together. The next morning, Mia Johansson would once again text message Mac Miller, further explaining the new cost for Carla Amador's services, as well as clarifying the prices for the substances provided.
He was buying a prostitute at the same time? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I told y'all, bro, this shit get dark, bro. Y'all said, y'all was acting like, you know what I'm saying, I was being boring doing the history. But it's a reason we do the history, bro, because what the fuck? How does it go from, you know, we're just doing music, go to Mac's house. Everybody's at Mac's house.
Guess who's back again?
We love Mac's house.
It was
Yo,
don't make
thanks,
fun
bro.
of me. Dope, dude.
We was just at Mac's house. Left Brain was at Mac's house. Everybody goes to Mac's house.
Play to R. Kelly.
No,
No, so the true Earl stands like myself out there have.
he's our Kardashian.
You doing? He's sort of learning how to DJ, but his coming out. We cover that. What celebrity chick are you dating right now? Like, I know these chicks are all trying.
I take it back. I'm gonna stall you out, my nigga. You cool.
I'm not. It was so dope. It was
Yo,
dope. Don't make the point. I feel like I keep asking you generic ass particular goals.
Really good as a roommate. white people are gonna love me like most dead.
Yo, Doms, you don't have a microphone. You can't be.
Shouted R. Kelly to fucking anything.
Oh. Then go on. Tell him something about that. So do you have a question for Earl Sweatshirt?
Yeah.
How early is this?
When I was like than I am now.
At this time,
Everyone had to drive to the other.
and I just find.
Everyone.
Yo, why? Hold on. Let's. I thought of something interesting. I never think of it. I just find everything Odd Future amusing, but maybe for people who want information. Not many people know about your about you and Mac Miller working together a lot. How did that come to pass? Young Macalicious.
Travis, because Travis knows everyone.
Yo, why? Hold on. We gotta pause real quick though. Why is Taco liaison to the stars?
Because he's our socialite, dude. He's our Kardashian.
Yo, so he follows up with everyone. Like I feel like
He knows everyone. And when you walk around LA and shit, Travis like at any point would be like, "Ooh."
Do you want to kill him?
Even a time of war right now. This is a time of peace.
Wait, what?
Driving in the fucking and Travis opens the window.
Yo.
It's not just him.
Think about what you do when you make everyone look sus. You have to think about that for the whole crew, man. No, that's his job.
This Kanye boy. No,
Is knowing.
Is knowing humans.
That's important. So what happened? He just hit you up and was like, "You should meet Mac Miller. He's a cool dude."
Yeah, he does that to everyone sometimes. Like yo, come to.
Always with Mac Miller.
No, just various people. Cause like, that's how someone like Nakel has been to the Kardashians' house. Like.
Through that.
Yes, through Travis being like, hey.
You met Justin Bieber through Travis.
Yeah,
Bieber through
like,
Travis.
yeah, you trying to go to? We could go to.
And how's Mac as a producer?
He's
This is when he was creating all that dark, evil shit, psychotic. I'ma murder you. I'ma kill your mom and fucking kill your kids. All that crazy music Mac was making. Earl heard all that shit. He asked him, "How's it sounding?" This nigga Earl said,
He's a little sample heavy right now, but he definitely has some really tight moments.
He's definitely sample heavy right now, but he has some pretty tight moments. Damn, bro. Sounds like to me, shit is not going too good at Mac's house.
Cameron Pettit in an attempt to purchase various substances. Mac Miller, yo. Messages with Mia Johansson. Tracked. 2 days later on.
Did Earl Sweatshirt know about the prostitutes? Did he know about that?
Only meant to have Carla Amador's services for an extra hour, but got sidetracked. 2 days later, on September 7, 2018, Mac Miller's personal assistant, Sam Motivassel,
Was he doing that when Earl was at the spot? When Earl was around at the sanctuary, was there prostitutes running around too? Like it was when Mac was ordering, in his last moments? Cause that's even crazier. Cause y'all niggas just too famous to be ordering no damn prostitutes, bro. Like you can't fuck somebody. Oh, so they weren't there? They knew he was doing drugs. They knew he was doing drugs, though. The timeline don't have to be the same. They saying I got the timeline fucked up. 2013 to 2014. Earl left Odd Future and went to Mac's house. Wasn't a brothel, it was a hip hop bunker, okay. Vince was there. Okay. Okay, the tragic environment that The vibe has shifted. By 2018, the massive frat house energy was completely gone. Mac had just gone through a highly publicized, devastating breakup. He was living alone in a different rented house. He wasn't even surrounded by those people anymore. He had isolated himself. The federal affidavit against the drug dealers proved this was when the escort services came into play. On the night of his fatal overdose, Mac was texting a madam to send a sex worker over to his house. He was having dealers drop off burner bags of oxycodone, which ended up being laced with fentanyl. The fuck is a burner bag? What is a burner bag? The drug use wasn't social or creative anymore. Obviously. So on Faces, those are the people that are the enablers, because they were around when he was saying that. I should have died already. I told y'all niggas. He raps about doing codeine, sipping lean, and his heart stopping. The industry reaction, instead of the label or his management stepping in, halting his career and putting him in rehab, they praised the artistic growth. His peers were in the room while he was writing these suicide notes over jazz beats, and they knew he was spiraling, and the music sounded too good to stop the party. I don't know. Them checks be nice too, though. Vince Staples was one of the only people who actually kept it real about this point after Mac died. Vince didn't give the industry a pass. He publicly stated that the people around Mac were leeches. Vince knew the reality because he was there in the sanctuary. He saw that Mac was the golden goose feeding everybody, and he recognized that nobody in his entourage was willing to cut off their meal ticket to tell Mac no. Because Mac was still producing, still doing interviews, still making people money, the enablers justified it, and the music industry did too. As long as you showing up on stage and doing your studio time, your team will look the other way while you slowly kill yourself. They treat drugs like a creative cost of doing business. That's the music industry for sure. Because Mac was still, yeah. They want to blame these documentaries want to blame 2018 to break up and the lace pills, but the peers watched him pull up and do lines for 5 years straight. The machine knew he was a drug addict, and they was just a profitable one. Yeah. The fuck is a burner bag? A highly organized stealth delivery system designed specifically for A-list celebrities without tipping off paparazzi, the label, or the cops. Wow. They have like celebrity drug dealers, obviously, but I mean like it kind of is so obvious that it's like, wouldn't the cops know? That's kind of crazy that he's able to do that. That's how much money he had, huh? How famous he was. High-level dealers don't walk up to a $5 million mansion and hand up a Ziploc bag. They use encrypted apps, burner phones, runners, middlemen, women, and the main supplier never actually steps foot on the property. The drugs are usually concealed, dropped in a burner bag, hidden inside something else, and brought in by a hired escort, so it looks like a late night hookup on the security cameras instead of a felony drug deal. Crazy. Was into some shady shit, Jay. This nigga was into some shady fucking shit, bro. That's crazy. When the DEA and the feds busted his dealer, they released the exact text messages in the timeline how the drop happened. This wasn't an accident. It was a fully operational business transaction. Mac. Yeah. he used a sex worker named Mia to physically bring the bag to Mac's house around 2:30 in the morning. The pills inside that dropped were completely counterfeit. They were pressed to look exactly like Oxy, but they were actually pure fentanyl. That is fucking crazy. You know what I think happened too? I don't think they were trying to kill him, but what I think and this is what I thought the first time I heard the news that he passed this way, and I read the text. I thought it was like a thing where, because initially he said he couldn't get it, all of that, and it would take him some time. And Mac was like, you know, like, I need it, you know. Anyway, the dude actually said, no, actually, I can get all of it. Once a nigga say that to me and you deal drugs, I'm good. I'm good. I'm out. I'm out. Mac was like, I can wait. But nah, nigga, we already pressed up the fentanyl now. You know what I'm saying? We already Amexing, overnighting, speeding. What's the Amazon Priming it to you, brother? That's what I felt like. Maybe he asked for a large order of drugs. He spent over $1,000.
Would be doing his daily checkup on Mac Miller at his San Fernando Valley, California home, only to find Mac Miller unresponsive in a praying position on his bed at around 11:30 a.m. that morning.
In a praying position? What does that mean? They said they found him in a praying position on his bed. Was he on his knees, head bowed, hands together praying? Or was he on his back with his hands across his chest or hands together? What the fuck? That's creepy as hell. He died in a praying position? This is craziness. And who found him?
Sam Motivassel would be doing his daily checkup on Mac Miller at his
Sam Moda what?
Would be doing his daily check.
I need names too. So his assistant's name is Sam what? And how long was he his assistant? We need to get into this because did he know all the? He had to have known. He had to have seen all that contraband and just the bags and the tools that it take to do those drugs. I guess it don't take many tools to do pills, but you get what I'm saying. The remnants of drug usage. You can see that. And if you the assistant, you saw that shit. Type of people, man, this is horrible, bro. This is fucking horrible. They said, according to the Los Angeles County Coroner's report, when his assistant arrived at the house at 11:30 a.m. to check on him, they found Mac unresponsive on his bed in a praying position. The report specifically described he was kneeling forward, resting on his knees, with his face pressed down into his knees. He was not laying flat on his back or completely spread out. The report also mentioned there was a small 1/4 inch abrasion on the bridge of his nose, and he already had a blue tint to his skin by the time the assistant rolled him over onto the floor in an attempt to do CPR. So the fentanyl shut his body down, so he couldn't even like stand anymore. Bro. He didn't peacefully go out. This praying position is a known response to sudden massive respiratory distress. Fentanyl doesn't just make you sleepy, it physically stops your lungs from pulling in oxygen. When the body realizes it's suffocating, it begins to suddenly panic or spasm. Dropping to the knees and collapsing forward is a reflexive physical reaction when someone is suddenly losing consciousness and gasping for air. God damn, bro.
Checkup on Mac Miller at his San Fernando Valley, California home, only to find Mac Miller unresponsive in a praying position on his bed at around 11:30 a.m. that morning. Sam Motivassel would then quickly begin to call 911, who ultimately instructed Sam to move Mac Miller's body to the floor and perform CPR. Mac Miller was sadly pronounced dead 16 minutes after the call. Immediately after Mac Miller's sudden death, detectives began investigating the crime scene, where they ended up finding a plastic bag in a coat pocket in Mac Miller's bathroom. Inside the plastic bag were all but 5 of the pills he purchased from both Cameron Pettit and Mia Johansson. These pills would soon be brought in for testing, where it would be revealed that all of the substances provided by Mia Johansson and Carla Amador were real and authentic, while Cameron Pettit's oxycodone would test positive for fentanyl, a powerful synthetic opioid that is 50 times more potent than heroin. Out of the 5 pills Mac Miller consumed, 4 were the counterfeit oxycodone pills that Cameron Pettit allegedly supplied. This would later be...
This nigga only took 1 real oxy that night. And why he popping 5? Like, come on, bro. This is fucking crazy. Like, like, nigga, maybe, like, I'm not trying to say it like that, but maybe we could have saved you if you just had 1 piece of fentanyl up in you. This nigga took 5 of them. God damn.
Confirmed after post-mortem toxicology results would show that Mac Miller died from mixed drug toxicity involving fentanyl, cocaine, and ethanol. The news about Mac Miller's death would soon begin to spread all over the internet, with multiple media outlets reporting the story. Shortly after the news broke, Cameron Pettit would begin to direct message an individual the feds...
Bruh, did y'all think this is how you was gonna lose Mac Miller? Like, doing lines of cocaine? Like, hold up. We gotta go back. We gotta go back. Cause y'all niggas think I'm tripping.
Listen, you fuckers, you screwheads. Here is someone who stood up.
We was not supposed to lose this kid to fentanyl, cocaine, and ethanol.
I'm the emperor, waiting with patience in this nation. I'm the predator, and if you hating, you'll get served with some metaphors. You in the cipher spitting shit that you said before. Your shit's regular, I've heard it before. I murder bro, when it's bitch, you're dropping your jaw. I'm never stopping. I got more options than a quarterback. I'm more than that. I'm dedicated.
Nigga nicknamed himself Easy Mac.
You can sort of rap. A gram of hate for 25, that's a quarter sack. I got you on the half if you want to order that. Yeah, it'll cost you. I'm not a slave, but you can't shop and save if you cop and 8. Watch the block for cops copping drove. Call them corrupt, but they got a lot of dough. You're monotone, you're acting like it's hard to flow. Homie, you're at 4th down with 40 yards to go. I'm a junior, but I rap like a veteran. Get more cheddar than anybody that I'm better than.
Easy Mac, but Mackin' ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Takes an absorbent amount of drugs. Very fucked up, bro. But, let's see.
He was prepping fentanyl-laced drugs, 3 arrests, and a 17.5-year prison sentence. The fallout has been dramatic since Mac Miller's shocking death in 2018. Rapper Mac Miller had recently dropped his 5th album, Swimming, when he unexpectedly died on September 7, 2018. Born Malcolm McCormick, the Pittsburgh native was hailed for his throwback style and collaborated with the likes of Kendrick Lamar, Anderson .Paak, and many more. Miller was also open about his drug problems in his lyrics. At one point, he had been using daily. In the last years of his life, he was sober on and off.
I had a drug problem, you know.
Pitchfork reported that despite rave reviews for his latest album, 2018 was a rough year for Miller. His long-term relationship with pop star Ariana Grande had come to an end, allegedly because of his drug use. Miller was arrested for a DUI shortly after. However, after the release of Swimming, he was prepping for a tour and was said to be feeling his best for the first time in years. Thus, it was a complete shock for Miller's family and friends and fans when he died at 26. His lifeless body had
His lifeless body. Look at how they talk about people. They're so fucking crazy.
and fans when he died at 26. A complete shock for Miller's fan. Grande had come to an end, allegedly because of his drug use. Miller was arrested for a DUI shortly after. However, after the release of Swimming, he was prepping for a tour and was said to be feeling his best for the first.
They saying right now in this little story, or I don't know who's fucking doing this story, but they said that it was said that he was feeling his best. Better than he's ever felt in a while when he was prepping for a tour after he dropped Swimming. Who said that? Who told who that he was feeling his best? Did Mac say that anywhere? And if he said that anywhere, he was lying, right? Because, like, it makes no sense. What was going on around that time when Swimming dropped? Where's the footage of him making that?
Time in years. Thus, it was a complete shock for Miller's family and friends and fans when he died at 26. His lifeless body had been found by his personal assistant at his studio.
Trust me, it wasn't no complete shock. It was not no complete shock. Maybe for the fans, but that's because fans of music are stupid and they don't fucking look into nothing. They just fucking sit.
Nothing like this. Just the night.
So if you didn't know that Mac Miller was going on some bullshit, then you just didn't know. You full of shit. Let me see. Mac sat down with Zane Lowe and Apple Music right before Swimming dropped. He looked dead into the camera, smiled, and literally said, "I am in a great space." Finesse. This nigga literally, like, hold on. So July, September. Wow, literally the night before he died, he tweeted, "I just want to go on tour." Just days before he died, Craig Jenkins is a journalist who spent time with Mac at his house writing an article that dropped the day before his overdose. Wow. Mac was talking about how excited he was to go on this tour and how he was finally finding balance. Jay, come on. Come on. He was finessing us. He was full of shit, man. Mac was lying. We got to just say it. He lied to the people, bro. Was he lying? Yes, he was lying. You know? I mean, I get that it's a nationwide tour, multi-million-dollar machine. Like, you can't go to Live Nation and tell them I'm spiraling, I'm doing bags of cocaine and ordering fentanyl. You know, they you know, if they pull that tour, you know. I mean, I just feel like Mac, I thought he was the type of artist that would leave all the money behind like Dave Chappelle and just go. Just say fuck all of this shit and go be a regular person on a farm somewhere. But like I said, that's not who he was. I don't know why we have that image of him that he was some sweet, innocent, like farmer. He's not that. This nigga loved drugs. He loved them. I think he has a song with Ab Soul where they basically say that's the hook. He named all the things in the world that he loves, and then he said, "But last but not least, I love drugs." And then that's the most emphasized part of the song. And it's like they used Mac for that aesthetic. Like I said, everybody took a piece, and they want to act like, "Oh, it's so tragic. He's a victim, and let's rain hell, and those people should burn in hell who sold it to him." Like, man, y'all niggas ain't give a fuck about Mac Miller. Ariana Grande publicly broke up with him, explicitly calling the relationship toxic and hinting that his severe substance abuse. Weeks later, after that, Mac completely relapsed crashes his Mercedes G-Wagon into a pole in San Fernando Valley and gets arrested for a DUI. Ariana Grande gets engaged to Pete Davidson in June 2018. June. So she broke up with him in May, and in June she was dating Pete Davidson. After dating him for literally a few weeks, Mac is forced to Mac is forced to watch this play out on every blog, tabloid, social media feed in the world. And then in August, Swimming drops, and he's like, "I'm feeling my best. I'm just ready to go on tour." I'm like, bro. Nobody care about Mac Miller, bro. Now that I see this shit, Jay, now that I see it right, I feel like Ariana might have been the only one that gave a fuck about Mac. She said, "Fuck, I'll take me from you, nigga. You love me? I'll take me from you if you don't stop this shit." And he didn't stop that shit. Like that means she might have been the only one that gave a fuck. She wasn't scared to stand up to him. Best interest. You cannot be afraid of them and afraid to like confront their addiction, because that's what they're afraid of. If you're afraid, then you're enabling. You're a part of the problem, and that's just how it goes. Ariana said, "I'm done. I'm not going to be a part of the problem or the solution. I'm out." You know what I'm saying? What he should have did was got clean. It's hard to get clean when you watching your girl with another nigga in a few weeks, though. That's kind of crazy. Ariana, you ain't shit for that. And too, like super celebrities, like Mac is fucking filthy rich, and well, was, and they be smoking cigarettes. Y'all ever notice that? I thought that was like a poor person habit, or like a broke habit. I had never known that many rich people that had cigarettes. Cause when you start rolling, you need something to smoke to balance you out. You be going to one way. Man. Hey, YouTube, I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow. It was nice kicking it with you, man. Much love to you. Drop a subscribe, like, comment, join the Discord, hop up on Patreon. Yeah. More importantly though, get your ass on Kick, man. Cause that's where it goes down. That's where I'm at. Home base. You know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all tomorrow though. We about to be out. We broke it down for YouTube, yo. Y'all saw what our future